Okay, so it's being reported that Gardner Johnson has a different role than he had in 2022. Plus, it's adding all up from what BG said to what happened in OTAs and the last statement from Fangio. This defense is going to be dominant. But that's not all. A.J. Brown has a message to the NFL. Also, Adam Schefter speaks on A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and the offense. Lastly, and there's a reason it's lastly, Howard Eskin says Jalen Hurts lied. The offense is only 20% different. Huh? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. And today, as always, we get a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, if you rock with the content, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. As we all know, the Philadelphia Eagles linebackers last year were not good. We did improve talent-wise at the linebacker position, but when you look at this Eagles defense under Fangio at all three levels, linebacker got to be the biggest wild card, and we talked about it in a previous video. ESPN ranked the Eagles linebackers as the 30th best group in the NFL. Honestly, low-key, I'm just happy we're not last. I love the addition of Devin White, and I believe wholeheartedly in him. I'm curious how Zach Bond will play in this system, and I'm hopeful for Nakobe Dean. But on a scale from 1 to 10, what's your confidence level on this linebacking group going into 2024? Staying with the defense, let's talk about a offseason signing that I think goes overlooked because of what we've done offensively, the draft, and the fact that he played for the Eagles already. CJ Gardner Johnson. Definitely adding CJ adds some nastiness to Devontae Maddox, who is cross-training at safety and slot cornerback. He's definitely a great player, very talkative, definitely will bring some hurrah back to the defense. We're excited to have him back. I'm excited to have him back. It was fun playing with him 2 years ago, and we all know where we ended up 2 years ago, in the big game, trying to get back there. Christian Parker, DB coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, had this to say. Right now, you know he's a safety, said Parker about Gardner Johnson. We know he has the ability to play other positions too, and kind of, as we gradually move forward, we'll kind of figure that out. Mainly talking about the slot position, which he did play sparingly in 2022 as needed. Here's the biggest difference from what he did in 2022, if you ask me. Parker added that playing at safety in defensive coordinator Vic Fangio's scheme is demanding from a communication standpoint. So nothing against his versatility, but they want him to be locked in and worried about the safety position, because what have we said time and time again about Fangio's scheme? It's demanding on two positions heavy, safety and linebacker. Right now, I'm pretty good with what we got at safety, throwing in Sidney Brown and Devontae Maddox in the mix. Also, let's not forget, they were going to use James Bradbury at safety. So, when he gets healthy, if he's not traded, cut, and or making it at cornerback, he's an option at safety too. There's always room to make it better, with Justin Simmons being out there. Also, like they talked about via the draft process, possibly playing Cooper DeJean at safety would only make that room stronger, which, with all due respect, the safety talk for Cooper DeJean has died down since being drafted. As for what we talked about in the beginning of the video, the linebacker spot, we could definitely use more talent there. However, if it is demanding, I'm glad a veteran, a Super Bowl champ, Devin White, is here to take on them responsibilities in a Fangio scheme. And hopefully, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and others who play the pass rushing / drop back position are ready to step up for the challenge. In yesterday's video, we brought up the fact that Fangio was asked about the Eagles defense while golfing, and he said it wasn't good.
Yeah, they weren't very good last year, and you know, we have brought in some new players. We have some new coaches too, and like the way the guys worked in the off-season work program, and I'm excited to get camp started and get going, and hopeful that will be a better defense.
And I wholeheartedly believe it, especially because I remember what BG said. We didn't have all the right coaches in the right positions, I would say. You know, You can just see guys just truly believing in what's going on with Fangio. And he's excited for the young guys who just came in, new rookies coming in. They're really going to get a good shot and good taste of what it is to be in the NFL. So I'm expecting big things from the rookies, but let's not forget the Jalen Carters, the Nolan Smiths, whose roles have changed from last year to this year, especially under Fangio. So when I look over OTAs, the Eagles defense won more times than the Eagles offense. Fangio confident he can change his group. The additions on defense, I'm talking star power and CJ, Bryce Huff, Devin White, the guys we already have, including last year rookies going into their second year, more focus, and even this year rookies being contributors in this scheme. I'm excited, and I believe this Eagles offense is eventually going to be dropping 40 points per game, but right now, I think the defense is ahead of the offense, and I'm okay with that. I mean, real quick, look at our third D tackle, Milton Williams, who's going to have a big year. He's benching 475 pounds. He's absolutely ready for 2024, and his role changing in both stopping the run and getting at the passer. As for switching over to the Eagles offense, A.J. Brown tweeted today, "Wideouts, what's up? The tight ends get together for a weekend. The DBs link up. The pass rushers even get together. Come on, guys. We can't be too big time to link up and learn. I'm a fan of everyone and willing to work with whoever. Let's make it happen, wideouts, at NFL." This is a consensus top 5 wide receiver. To me, top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, looking to work with other guys because you can always add this, that, and the third to your skill set. People talk about A.J. Brown being a diva on his team. He's reaching out to every wide receiver in the NFL. Guys who are behind him, in front of him. He don't care. He just wants to work. I'm absolutely proud to claim A.J. Brown as not only the Eagles wide receiver, but a captain on this team who just got extended to 2028. Shout out to A.J. Brown. Adam Schefter was on 97.5 The Fanatic and said this about A.J. Brown. He is still one of the best wide receivers in the league. And if we made a list of the top wideouts in the league, how many more would you actually say you would unequivocally prefer to A.J. Brown right now? Again, off the top of my head, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, maybe. So Adam Schefter recognizes how good A.J. Brown is. He said Jamar Chase, maybe. The only 2 definitive guys he could think of off top of his head is Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. And you can argue, but I respect that. Like I said, consensus top 5 wide receiver. He's in my top 3, but there's an argument to be made that he is as good, if not better, than any one of the top guys. A.J. Brown is a dog, and every single year, from Tennessee to Philadelphia, he's gotten better. So I don't put nothing past him. As for 97.5 The Fanatic asking Adam Schefter about the riff-raff between Sirianni and blah, 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 he says it just keeps coming up, so there must be something there. There must be something there because this is a regular topic for whatever reason. Schefter, you know Philly media. That's why it's a regular topic. That being said, Adam Schefter did say he didn't hear the actual comments word for word, just what people are reporting. But he ultimately finished with this. But I guess I would just fall back on the simple idea that if they play good winning football, those issues aren't going to matter. And if they don't, those issues will magnify if there are issues. In fact, again, that's what I'm trying to say. We got like 34, 33 days until training camp. I'm not worrying about these little small issues. If we lose games in the regular season, things will come out. The truth always rises to the top. But right now, little bitty comments of Jalen Hurts not being go team go to his head coach when what he said was not negative. To me, it's still positive. He said he's been great and intentional with his message. I just don't get it. I promise I'm going to stop talking about it really soon. I brought that up because Adam had some things to say. And yes, y'all were tagging me in it all day yesterday, but my video was already out. Howard Eskins calling Jalen a liar, making excuses about the change of the offense.
Here's what I found out when I started to check into this further. when he said the offense is 95% different, new, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's 20% different. It's not 95%. It's only about 20%. I found that out from multiple people. It's only about 20%.
So why do you think he said that?
To make an excuse. The offense is Kellen Moore's. It's not Nick Sirianni's. It's Kellen Moore's offense. And we already know it. Nick Sirianni is a very good coach. I know there's people that don't, and Joe, you're probably one of them, that don't want to believe that. The players respect him. Maybe Jalen has some questions, but it's not the head coach. If you're worried about the offense, then it's Kellen Moore. And he gets along with Kellen Moore. So, what are you trying to do? It's just he better have a good year. And I think he'll have a better year, but I think he needs to have a good year, or they're going to Carson Wentz him if he doesn't have a good year.
One, Jalen Hurts elaborated on why he said 95%, right? He's talking about some of the plays are similar, but what he's being coached on that play is totally different from the past. He's talking why receivers have different snap counts and or things they should do at the top of everything is changed inside the play. That's why he called it 95%. Howard Eskin saying 20% difference via plays because it's not Nick Sirianni's offense, it's Kellen. That means it's different. If it's not someone's offense and it's a new person's offense, it's different. It should be more different than 20%, but he's talking about mechanics and reads on certain plays are different under Kellen Moore. And at the end of the day, like I said, I believe in Kellen Moore's system, motion, shoot. If there's 10 plays and 8 of them have motion, compared to last year where 1 or maybe none had motion, it's different. Is it the same play with motion? Yes, but that all takes communication and teaching points and blah, 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 blah. It's still different. So listen, the whole Jalen Hurts is a liar. He's going to be Carson Wentz. Knock it off. Carson Wentz, he wanted to leave, right? We didn't force him out. Some of us understood that he's not the same guy, but he wanted to leave. Jalen Hurts will be here through his whole contract. I bet it. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. Leave a comment. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. Also, do your boy a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. We trying to grow notification gang. Shout out to Juneteenth. Hope everybody has a good day. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.